Today's video is all about coffee and how we brew our coffee to be as healthy as possible. We're going to walk you through the entire process. Let's get started. Hey, I'm Fortney, and I'm forging my way towards the finish line in the fourth quarter of life, posting videos along the way. In today's video, we're going to briefly discuss the health benefits of drinking coffee and how we brew our coffee to be as health promoting as possible with the equipment that we have. Now, I love my coffee. That's why I put a link in the description box below asking you to buy me a coffee. Experts agree if you want a good cup of coffee, you have to start with good beans. Look for organic, 100% Arabica beans that have been mold tested and possibly grown in the shade if you can find them. Now, once you have your beans, you have to store them properly. You store in an airtight container in a cool, dark cabinet. If you happen to buy your beans in bulk, you're going to want to store them in an airtight container in the freezer and only take out what you need for your day's use. The second component of a good cup of coffee is filtered water. And a lot of these coffee makers have an in-reservoir filter. We prefer not to use that one. We use our countertop clearly filtered water system. Now, all this isn't the cheapest or easiest way to brew coffee, but it is the most health promoting. And when you get in or near the fourth quarter of life, you should try to eat and drink as healthy as possible. So why should I even bother to drink coffee? What's the big deal? Habitual coffee drinking reduces the risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Think Parkinson's or Alzheimer's. Coffee consumption also improves alertness, reaction time, focus. It can even lift your mood. But now, don't overdo it. The sweet spot seems to be around 1 to 3 cups of coffee a day, and nothing later in the day because it might affect your ability to sleep. All right, before we actually get into the kitchen and start brewing, here's the equipment that we're going to be using today. This is our Keurig coffee maker. This is our jar full of Arabica organic whole bean coffee that's been mold tested. This is our countertop clearly filtered water system, highly rated. Now, this is a new piece of equipment. Our mechanical coffee grinder here. It's brand new. We haven't used it yet. We'll have to see how that goes. And here are our 2 reusable stainless steel K-cups with the plastic inserts. The paper inserts. So why do we need paper inserts? Because when you brew coffee, there are certain oils in the coffee that are not the greatest for you. They can actually increase your cholesterol. And these paper filters actually prevent that oil from getting into your cup. All right, so here we are in the kitchen. Now, here is our brand new mechanical coffee grinder. It's a feature-filled unit. It has a lot of settings here. And there's for French press, drip, pour over, or espresso. Now, according to the instructions that came along with the unit, we need to be somewhere in there. So that's what we're going to start out with. So you remove the hopper, very simple. And we need about 2 tablespoons of whole beans to make 1 cup of coffee. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we want to make sure we get the lid back on the coffee, and then we get the coffee stored. Okay, the coffee is now in the hopper. Put the lid back on, and it's for 20 seconds. So now we're going to hit start. Right, I mentioned that this is a new piece of equipment for us, and we had an error message because I didn't have the hopper quite locked. So it's locked now. It's going to grind for 20 seconds, and here we go. Now, this is the good stuff right here. We're going to now fill these 2 K-cups with the paper inserts up with coffee, and we're going to enjoy the perfect cup of coffee. I'm going to take the top off here. Perfectly ground coffee. Now the lid goes on. And we come into the machine, turn it on, lift the lid, position this reusable K-cup like it's supposed to be in there. Close the lid. Take a cup, position it underneath. This Keurig has a button where you can select strong, and that's how we usually do it. Strong, and for a large cup. And then as soon as the water reaches the proper temperature, it'll start to dispense. And there you have it. That's how we brew the perfect cup of coffee. Now, if you found this video interesting, maybe give it a like, consider subscribing, and if anybody else could use this information, push it out to them. There's also other videos on the channel if you feel like taking a look at them. So until next time, this is 14 the 4th saying, check back, let's interact, and always remember, God has your back.